Culture Hijab for inviting me to host this masterclass. So this is my model for today.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Saba. I'm another blogger. I'm her sister. As you guys know, we look exactly alike. So I came down just to help her out because she wanted a model that she knew that she could work on.
So I prepared 4 looks for you guys today. They're going to be party wear styles, and they're super easy. They're not as complicated as my other videos if you guys are familiar with any of my YouTube tutorials. But yeah, we're just gonna go straight into it. I'm gonna show you guys how I do my undercap because that's like the most requested video of all time.
And she obviously can't show it on herself.
Yeah, so she's like the perfect model. What I normally do is that I start off with a bun, and I usually have it lower than this, so I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Sorry. Ow. Okay, and then I use one of these scrunchies to create a little bit of volume. You can totally skip this part if you're not into volume. So I just tie it like that. And then I use one of these like cotton scarves. You can also use like a viscose scarf. And what I do is that I like to fold it into quarters. So this is already in half. And then I like to fold it another time like this. Yeah, so it's like lengthwise. It's like a long piece. So it's equal on both parts. Both sides are equal. And then I'm gonna crisscross at the back. And then take one of the pieces to the other side of the head. I'm gonna spread out the material so that it's more even. And then I'm gonna take the loose end and tuck it into the back. So now I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side. And I'm gonna tuck everything in place. Again, you guys don't have to do this. You can create the looks without the volume as well. But this is just what I do because a lot of people ask me, so I'm like, I don't mind showing it. So, yeah. If you think that it's too high, you can always push it down and then tuck all the material in. Okay, so the first look that I have for you guys requires no pins. It's a super easy look, and if you're like on the go or if you don't have time to put on your hijab like really fancy for a party, then you can do this. So I'm gonna create this look with a jersey material. And what I like to do is I like to keep one size short for this look so I can tuck it into the shirt. Or you know what, I'll do this. Oh, you know what? I don't want to tuck it into your shirt. Cause
Do you want me to tuck it in?
No, because like, you have your necklace there. Or you know what? You can also do this, because I don't want to hide her necklace. You can also do that. And smooth this side out. So you can tuck it underneath here. And then you can bring this over like that. So this is what I do when I'm like on the go, and it looks nice because it's super presentable. Like it doesn't look like you rushed your hijab or anything like that. It just looks like you're more like put together. And so for this look, what I like to do is that I like to use one of these pins and like make it a little bedazzle the hijab a little bit by creating some more accessories. Yeah. And what else you can do is that you can use one of these magnetic pins. Culture Hijab has like a bunch of these. They also have like rhinestones on them, but this one's just like the plain one. And what you can do is that you can, if you feel like it's not secure enough, you can just pin it to the side like this, and it stays in put like that. So this is the first look. Okay, so for this look, again, it's gonna be like a full coverage front and back. So I'm gonna make sure that one end is long enough so that it covers like the front area. I'm gonna pull a little bit. Like that. And I'm gonna create like a little triangle at the top. So I'm just gonna, so what I did is I folded like a couple of inches in, and I just create like a tip by pulling it up like this. And then I'm gonna pin under her chin. And then I'm gonna take the long side and throw it around and bring it over her head. Like this. But before I do that, I'm gonna create 2 triangles at the top. So it just creates like a nice design. So it looks a little bit fancy when you're going to a party or, okay. And then I'm gonna take the long side and throw it around and bring it over her head. Like this. But before I do that, I'm gonna create 2 triangles at the top. So it just creates like a nice design. So it looks a little bit fancy when you're going to a party, or you wanna look down? Yeah. So I'm gonna create like a crisscross at the top. Okay, so I have like these tiny pins that I'm gonna use to create like that. I'm gonna create like a triangle, like here and here. It's like 2 folds basically. Look down, like that. And then I'm gonna create another one on this side. I'm just basically like pulling the material and folding it. Okay, and in order to hide this imperfection, I'm gonna take this material and cover it. And lastly, I'm gonna pin it right over here. And that's it. If you feel like the triangle at the front is too much, you don't have to do it. But if you want to keep it in place, you can just take one of the tiny pins and just pin it here so it doesn't move. It's better to thread it through the undercap so that it stays more secure and in place. So yeah, so what I like to do with this look, because it is full coverage, I like taking the short end and bringing it over here and pinning it to the shoulder. And yeah, that's the final look. So it covers the front and the back if you want to turn around.
Sure.